بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين بالقاسم المصطفى محمد محمود وعلى أهل بيت الأطهار الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، ألف لام ميم، ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. This is the book, there is no doubt in it, a guidance for the pious who believe in the unseen and maintain the prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them. As we mentioned last week, the first characteristic of a believer is to believe in unseen. Zain, can you put the volume a little bit down? Or if you can call one of the people in the kitchen for them to put the volume down. Any of the people in the kitchen. That's the first characteristics of pious people. To believe in unseen. I'm going to use it. Believing in unseen is the first characteristics of a pious individual. That's what differentiates between a believer, a pious, and a non-pious. As we mentioned last night, there are many things within our life that we don't see but we believe in. But unfortunately, because we have been influenced by the non-religious atmosphere, by the non-religious community or semi-secular community, we start questioning the existence of God and the existence of the Imam of our time, which is in hidden. For example, this building, each and every one of us, we know that it had an architect. We didn't see the architect. We didn't see the contractor. I think only Brother Sayyid Wasim knows about the contractor and the architect. But we all believe that they exist because we see the result. We see this building coming to existence based on the hand of an architect drawing the plan and the contractor building it. Sisters, please, if you can help us a little bit. But still, even we don't know them, we haven't seen them. Some buildings, probably their architect and the contractor died. For example, the White House, most probably the contractor and the architect of it died century ago. But when we go within the White House, we will be amazed by the architect, by the building, and so on and so forth. We believe in them even though we did not see them. The oxygen that we breathe, we don't see it, but without it we can't live. We believe in it. When it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, many other examples can be given in the things that we don't see but we believe in. The first thing that we should believe, which is unseen, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Pious, Book of Allah, guidance for them. Who are those people? الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, those who believe in unseen. The first unseen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't see Him, but He exists. That is the manifest translation and the meaning of the verse. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Everyone that reads Quran, that's the first meaning comes to their mind. Let me open a parentheses, which I see unfortunately many of our youth and adults, they are falling into the trap of this ideology. I read the Quran, I didn't understand what you said. I'll give you an example. A month ago, we had a discussion in my office with two brothers. Question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. I gave them a statement. Both of them understood it differently. First telling the second one, Sheikh said this. The second said, no, this is what Sheikh said. And they start arguing in my office. I tell them, I'm sitting here. I will tell you what I meant. You don't have to argue with one another. Does he means this or this? No, this is what I meant. And this is a person sitting and verbally communicating. They understand English. I spoke English. So we have some of the youth. They read the Quran and the translation, which, as we have said, translation of Quran, none of the translation of Quran is Quran. They are the translation. Quran in Arabic, it's the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is Quran. The translation, none of the translation have done justice to the verse of Quran. When I used to have tafsir of Quran session every week, Thursday night, long time ago, I had so much difficulties. I would read through 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 different translations for one word of Quran. How can I say this one word of Quran in English? I couldn't find. So I had to explain one word of Quran, one word, in about 15 to 20 minutes. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to tell us. Arabic Quran, Arabic and the word of Allah to be the richest language, we're trying to understand with our language, English, which amongst many other languages, it's very weak and poor, and to our understanding without going to the words of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. So close the parentheses. What we read, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, we take it as a face value. Oh, Allah means believing it unseen. But what is the implication? What is the meaning hidden under this verse? As Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, they tell us Quran has a face and it has butun, implications after implications after implications. Many other meanings can be driven from one word of Quran. Where do we understand this? Where do we get to know that this is what Allah means? The words of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. As we said, Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, we will read this beautiful hadith. We stated, but it's a good reminder for us that a person asked Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salam, who are those people who are pious and what is ghaib? For those who were not with us last night, Imam said, فَقَالَ الْمُتَّقُونَ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. O Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, who are those muttaqeen? He says فقال المتقون هم شيعة علي. The pious people are the Shia of Ali, who become Shia of Ali, who have reached the level of Shia of Ali. وَالْغَيْبُ هُوَ الْحُجَّةُ الْغَائِبُ. Ghaib, unseen, is the Imam that is hidden for them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the beginning of the Quran, after Surah Al-Hamd, right away, the second chapter of Quran, first couple of verses, Allah brings the idea of Imam Mahdi ajalallah ta'ala faraj al-sharif. How important is this topic, the topic of Imam Mahdi? How much can we emphasize that the second chapter of Quran, right away amongst the first couple of verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduced you and I to Imam Mahdi ajalallah ta'ala faraj al-sharif, because Allah is the one who planned and knows that we're going to go to the time that we don't have the Imam with us, but you still have to believe in him. Before all the wajibat, as we mentioned last night, before salah, which salah is amud ad-deen, the pillar of the deen of this religion is salat. The importance of salah is so much that we have with a narration on the day of Qiyamah, they get the record open. Sheikh Mustafa Akhound, first his salah, If my salah is accepted, in qubila qubila ma siwaha, wa in rudda rudda ma siwaha. They see Mustafa Akhound, before anything, how was his salah? Good? Okay, next a'mal, it will be accepted. If the salah is not accepted, don't worry about the rest. It's like when you're trying to submit an application to start university. They see your SAT. What is his or her score? Well, have they reached this score? Okay, good. Let's get the application, read through the rest. If you haven't passed the score of the SAT or MCAT or all of these exams, if you have not passed this test, they will not read the rest of the application. Oh, he is a good student, he has a good GPA, he can afford it, he cannot afford it, he's in an in-state tuition, he's out of state. No. First, what is his grade? What is his SAT number? So salah, which is amud-ud-deen, before salah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, mu'minun, pious, where the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be guidance for them, they believe it unseen. Question, Sheikh. What is the difference between us and the non-Shia? Muslims, non-Shia, they believe in Imam Mahdi. None of the Muslim sect can deny Mahdi. No one. But everyone, they have their own interpretation of who Mahdi is. Majority of non-Shia, the Sunnis, they say Mahdi will come. He's not born yet. He will come at the end of the day, and he will fill up the earth with justice and equality and prosperity. Not yet. He's not born yet. They cannot deny it. Alhamdulillah, at least they cannot deny this. Reason why? Because of the amount of narrations that we have from Rasulullah about Imam Mahdi. One after one. You will be surprised. In the ceremony of Ghadir. How many have read ceremony of Ghadir? May Allah bless those who have. In the ceremony of Ghadir, the last and the longest sermon given by any prophet. How many prophets do we have? 124,000 prophets. The last to be our prophet. He, for 23 years, he preached. He lectured and lectured and lectured. His last sermon and the longest sermon is given by him is during the time of Eid al-Ghadir, which we celebrate. Rasulullah, in sermon of Ghadir, he talks about Al-Mahdi. Many occasions. Inshallah, that becomes an action plan for tonight. If you haven't had a chance yet to read the sermon of Ghadir, you just go ahead, Google it, sermon of Ghadir. Arabic, English, next to one another. No excuse for anyone. Read, see Rasulullah, even before Imam is born, he talks about Mahdi. Al-Mahdi. Before Imam al-Baqir is born, before Imam al-Sajjad is born, during the time of Ghadir, it's only Al-Hasanain, only. Rasulullah talks about Al-Mahdi. So that shows how important is this, that in Eid al-Ghadir, Rasulullah is talking about Imam Mahdi. So, what's the problem then? Why the non-Shia, they say that Imam is not born yet? Because I'm assuming it is difficult for them to fathom a person living 1,148 years. If they go out, a person asks them, you believe in Mahdi? I believe. How can you believe in a person who is alive for 1,184 years this year? They don't have an answer. Remember last night what we said? We said everything we believe, it comes from where? Say it. It comes from where? Alhamdulillah, nobody remembers. It comes from Quran. Everything that we as Shia believe, we have proof of it in Quran. Can a person live that long? 1,184? Big question mark. Let's go to Quran. How many of us we know the story of Prophet Yunus? The one that was swallowed by big whale. Yes? The story is Nabi Yunus, he was within his people. Pay attention. He was within his people. He preached. He got tired of him. He really got tired. I keep telling them, follow, worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't pay attention. They do the opposite. Oh, Allah cursed them and he left. He left, gets on the boat, on a ship, and he leaves. His people, as soon as they saw some of the signs of the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they became believers. According to a hadith, when they saw the nation of Prophet Yunus, when they saw that God is trying to punish them, they became God worshippers, but Prophet Yunus wasn't there. He left them, basically left them early. He gets on a ship, Allah is about to punish. You should not leave your people. A whale comes by the ship. And the big whale, everybody's freaking out. We should do something. How about we feed him, one of us? So the whale becomes busy with one of us, eating one of us, and he will leave the rest. Let's draw. Bring a paper, rock, paper, scissors, shoe. Basically, Yunus, you have to be thrown. Second time, third time, Yunus, it is your turn. Your name came out. Threw Prophet Yunus into the ocean. The whale took him. Chapter 37, verse 142, 143, 144. What was the question we asked? How can a person live 1,184 years today? Let's look at Quran. فَالْتَقَمَهُ الْحُوتُ وَهُوَ مُلِيمٌ. Then the fish swallowed him while he was blameworthy. فَلَوْلَا أَنَّهُ كَانَ مِنَ الْمُسَبِّحِينَ. And had he not been one of those who celebrate Allah's glory, لا لبث في بطنه إلى يوم يبعثون. He would have, pay attention, he would have surely remained in its belly till the day will be resurrected. Allah says, if he wasn't from those who did tasbih of Allah, asking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what he have done, a whale in the ocean, Prophet Yunus and the stomach in the whale, he would have stayed alive until the day of judgment. Can a person live on earth 1,184 years? If Allah wills, he can live. The same God that can keep Prophet Yunus in the stomach of the whale and the ocean for all eternity until the day of judgment, thousands and thousands and thousands of years, the same God can keep alive the Imam of our time, Imam Mahdi. This is what we can argue with the non-Shia, which they say, how can you believe in a person who's still not alive? Habibi, read Quran. Read Quran. Quran says we would have kept him alive until the day of judgment. How many years? Allah knows how many years. The same God can do the same thing. When we read Quran, again, this is the way that we should read Quran. I'm reading chapter 37. Allah, we have to see how much we can relate Quran to our day-to-day life, to our aqeedah, to our belief, to our characteristics, to our personality, and so on and so forth. How can we connect this? Quran speaking to us. I used to do documentary of the life of reverts, and it was beautiful stories I would hear from them. Majority of them, because that's the way they read Quran. They don't read Quran for Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, Alif Lam Mim, no. They read trying to understand and learn unanimously. I probably met more than 150 of them. They would say to me, Sheikh, when we open the Quran, every verse was talking to us directly. We had an issue, the Quran was addressing our issue. One of them, I remembered, I know my time is about to be finished. One of them, young individual in Massachusetts, we went to him. He said, I read Quran, Islam, but I wanted more signs, like very clear signs. He said, I sat in my room, turn off all the lights, turn on some candles, I put it by the window, open the door of the window so maybe some sign will come in from the window. I sat, I was like, okay, I'm going to open the Quran and just see what's going to happen. I need some sign. Oh Allah, if you show me some sign, I will accept your religion. He's like, as soon as I open the book, the verse says, haven't we shown you so many signs until now? What else do you want me to show you? Haven't we? And it's like this, we're like, wow, Allah is just telling me. Well, what else do you want me to show you? You want me to bring the stick of Pharaoh and make it steak for you to believe in me? What else do you want me to see? See in yourself. فِي الْآفَاقِ وَالْأَنفُسِ. Look at the universe. Look at yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us the Quran. This is the way that we should read Quran. Oh, I'm thinking, we're studying about Imam Mahdi. I get to this chapter. It says Allah could have made him, keep him alive until the day of judgment. So the same Allah that can keep him in the whale, inside the stomach of the whale, in the ocean, until the day of judgment, how about the person staying alive on land? That is more possible than being in the stomach of the whale in the ocean. But the same God is capable. Believing in Imam Mahdi, believing in unseen, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is it only a concept? No. It's an ideology that is practiced every day. We do all the good deeds that alhamdulillah all of us we do, and which we should do more and more and more. All of us. And all the sins that we avoid and avoid. Why do we do it? Because we believe in unseen. When we do, may Allah bless all the brothers and sisters who are in the kitchen. Every day they come around 1 or 2 o'clock. They're here until 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning next day, which not that many people appreciate them. Why they do it? قُرْبَةً إِلَى اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. Why we come here, all of us. Why do I prepare a lecture? Why we come? Why we listen? Why we do? All of us, we do it قُرْبَةً إِلَى اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. So that belief in unseen has transferred into our action. We want to get nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot see Him, but we want to get near Him. How? We do it with our good deeds. Hijab that we wear, because we believe in unseen. Music that we don't listen, because we believe in unseen. Haram that we lower our gaze, because we believe in unseen. Respect to our parents, because we believe in unseen. We believe in unseen. How? Because we believe in Allah. How? Because Allah says in the Holy Quran, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا. Mustafa, take the trash. That's much. That وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا. Ahadith and interpreters of Quran say, if Allah could have brought something lower than this, He would have said, there's nothing lower than this as a value. Because I believe in unseen, I do all of my wajibat. Because I believe in unseen, I avoid all of my muharramat. I don't have time for this. Let me just say one thing. I'll leave the rest. I'm doing some shifting in the lecture. What did Prophet Yunus ala nabina wa alayhi salam said in the stomach of the whale in the ocean? That if he wouldn't say it, Allah said, I would have kept him alive until the day of judgment. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimeen. It's called Dhikr al-Yunusiyya. I was reading the hadith today. How many of the Imams have prescribed for us, if you have difficulties within your life, you are distressed, you're facing calamities, you have challenges within your life, you getting to a dead end. How many times people call me during the day, they come to my office, Sheikh, I got to dead end, I really don't know what to do. Well, Imam said what to do. I'm really, really sick. I'll tell you about myself. I don't go to the doctor. Typically, until I see myself I'm about to die, then I go to the doctor. Because I don't like to go to the doctor, I don't like to take the medicine, I just don't like it. That's my personality. Well, a lot of people, when I get sick, Sheikh, here's a doctor. Go to the doctor, get the medicine, and take it. I don't want to. So I'm going to keep suffering and suffer and suffer and suffer. And it has happened to me many times. And I just don't learn my lesson. When I get sick, I just leave it. I'm hoping that my immune system will do its job. Come on, do something. Some honey with lemon and hot water. Just do something to fix it. It doesn't work. After 10, 15 days of suffering, then I go to the doctor. Well, the same doctors are available, and they are Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, not in person that we can communicate, but their teaching is there. Their teaching is there. Ahlul Bayt have said many times, when you have problem in life, which you don't know what to do. I'm not going to say about the problem. 3 days ago, 4 days ago, we faced some difficulties in here. I really had a problem. There was a specific dua. I went really to my office and I did it. The next day I saw the result. Like this, within this past 10 days. I'm not telling you stories from 1400 years ago. No, just 10 days ago. The prescription that Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam have given us works. We have to believe and act upon it. If you have problem with your life, whatever the problem is that all of us were facing, tonight, next night, another night, tomorrow is Labor Day, Memorial Day, we have nothing to do. I do wudu, I get on my sajjadah, I hold on to tasbih 400 times. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. How difficult is that? It won't take you probably 15-20 minutes maximum. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. This verse released Prophet Yunus ala nabina wa alayhi salam from the stomach of the whale. If it wasn't because of this, he would have been there until the day of judgment and nobody knew about him, what happened to him. And we knew what happened to him, but where is he? Where is that whale? Nobody would have knew. La ilaha illa ant subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Can we do that? Nobody says yes. Can we do that? Say insha'Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Let us raise our hand, read Dua al-Ghariq. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya Allah, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim. Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Ya Allah, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim. Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Ya Allah, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim. Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, ثبت قلبي على دينك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآله.